because it was coming here, there, everywhere. So I was planning to correct the nakshatras. Okay, who wants to come in? Admit two people. Admit. Subhash Agarwal, admit. Okay. Are you in, Mr. Abhiram and Subhash? Are you in? Kaushik is in. Subhash, are you in, Subhash? Yeah, you're in. Okay, fine. All of you can hear me? No problems? No problem.
Yes,
okay.
we can hear.
Yeah. You want me to repeat the nakshatras? I mean, this is something if you are not into, if you have not heard your father do the morning Sandhya, morning Vandane, so you may not have, in the evening it is called Sandhya Vandane, in the morning it's called Vandane. If you have not heard him speak, talking, then you would not probably remember these nakshatras. What happens is they would tell that today's nakshatra is Chitra, or today's nakshatra is what? Anuradha or Shravana. Today's nakshatra should be, just a minute, I'll give you today's nakshatra. See, normally what happens, we give the nakshatra. Today is Trayodashi, and the nakshatra of the day is Purva Bhadra nakshatra today. Okay? So what happens is, to learn the nakshatras by heart takes some time. Okay, but if you invest some time, today is Purva Bhadra. Purva Bhadra nakshatra. Just a minute, where is okay, sign Pisces. Okay. So when the minute we say we are in Purva Bhadra nakshatra, the minute we will realize that the moon will be in that nakshatra. Okay. When we say Purva Bhadra nakshatra, it means that the moon is in that nakshatra. Okay. The moon is in that nakshatra. So today's nakshatra is Purva Bhadra, which means to say, have I Chandrasekhar, are you joined? Kumar Bodram is there. Chandrasekhar, have you joined?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So when we talk about Purva Bhadra nakshatra, it means to say that I've missed out on this house. Purva Bhadra nakshatra will come here in Pisces. Okay. It will come in Pisces. I will just write Purva Bhadra, Uttara Bhadra and Revati and send it to you. Somehow, why did this not come up? I don't know. Maybe I might have made a print error, typing error. So here the Purva Bhadra nakshatra will come. Dhanishta. So if you want, I can type it here. Purva Bhadra. Purva Bhadra, one pada. Actually, it should go the other way around. Purva Bhadra, then Uttara Bhadra. Bhadra, 4 padas. And Revati. Oh no, I want it here. So I'll just do an enter. Then I will put Revati on top. R-E-V-A-T-H-I, Revati, R-E-V-A-T-I, Revati, however you want, you can spell it. Okay, so Revati will come here. So, okay, Rekha, please come, admit. Okay, I've admitted everybody, I think. All right, now let me again reiterate. Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika will come in 3 ways. Ashwini will have 4 padas, switch off your mics. Bharani will have 4 padas, Kritika will have 1 pada. So Kritika, again, the balance 3 padas will go to Taurus. Rohini will have 4 padas. Mrigashirsha will have 2 padas. Why we have said that? The Rashi contains 30 degrees and each nakshatra contains each nakshatra. Can you please accept me in? Okay, come in, come. Who is there? Who have I not accepted? Who's this? Can you please accept me in? I don't seem to have his name on my line. Okay, let me see who's there. 16. Vivek, Sheila, Vivek, Who else?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is in. Who else not there? Here, this person. Rekha, are you in?
Pandit Rajan.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am in.
Rajan.
Is that him?
Pandit Rajan, are you in? Vishala, are you in?
It's Devojit, I think.
She's in?
Yes, I'm in.
Okay. Then who is missing in the list? I can't seem to catch that. It's not here.
Maybe it's Devojit Chatterjee.
Debashis Chatterjee. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I'll just check.
He is not in the list. He is not in the list.
He's not in the list, but in my admit list, how do I? Okay, let me come down here. Rekha, Samrita, Vishala. That's all I'm getting. I'm not getting anybody else.
Okay.
Maybe if the mail is here.
Come here, right? Matt. Yeah, say I'm not getting them here. Okay. Vishala. That's the last one I'm having, Vishala. Okay.
Maybe they clicked the 9 o'clock one, ma'am, and not the 8:30 one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check the. Okay, fine. I don't know who is it. Who is 9945713713? Any idea?
Listen here. He will not be able to hear us.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. I beg your pardon.
No, he will not.
I have accepted everybody. I have not deleted anybody. Chandrasekhar, are you in? Okay. One person waiting. Chandrasekhar, are you in? Chandrasekhar, are you in? Okay, anyway, let's start. Otherwise, I will lose out. Next month, I'm planning to... Chandrasekhar, I've allowed him in. Okay. The thought process, as I said, this the nakshatras has to be read every day. Like, you know, I have a sticker. I'll try and see if I can make it small and send a photo to all of you. You know, where I have given the details of each Rashi. Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika. See, every day in the morning you have to say Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrigashira, Aridra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Ashwesha. Okay? Maka, Pubba. That is one train of thought. Then Maka, Pubba, Uttara, Hasta, Chitta, Swati, Vishaka, Anuradha, Jeshta. You have to keep telling it every day like one ABCD tablet, ABCD lessons. Just like we do ABCD when we are small and we ask our children to do ABCD, in the same way, I have to do an ABCD with this also. Mula, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Hasta, Shravana, Dhanishta, Uttarabhadra, Purvabhadra, Revati. So we have to keep telling ourselves this nakshatras every day to understand. Otherwise, it is okay. 90% of the astrologers still don't know nakshatras, to be very, very honest. But if you learn the nakshatras, tomorrow when you want to give a complicated thought process, these nakshatras will come useful. But generally, I don't use them much except for the position of the moon. Okay. The position of the moon, that is our natal moon or the Rashi moon, we came up to Vishaka. See, Vishaka, everybody says Vishakanya and all that. It is all bullshit. The only thought process is that when moon is sitting in Vishaka Nakshatra, the knowledge of that native is very high, unless and until there are other influences, the native will not be a what you call danger to anybody. Are you understanding the thought process? The native will not be a danger to anybody unless we are, we have only the moon sitting either in what is called Vishaka in Libra then, or see, but the Vishaka in what you call it in Scorpio is a slightly different Vishaka, because Vishaka in Libra is Venus, Jupiter, okay, and Moon. That is, Moon is posted in Vishaka, therefore it is a Venus, Jupiter, and Moon combination. Okay, right? Now, the Vishaka in Scorpio is Jupiter, Moon, Mars combination. Jupiter, Moon, Mars combination. Therefore, a Jupiter, Moon, Mars combination, the Moon is Neecha in this house, in this Rashi. If you go back to your notes, you will see that the Moon is debilitated in what is called in Taurus, in Scorpio. Since Moon is debilitated in Scorpio, the thought process of the astrologers or the ancient astrologers were that the nativity will have, see, this is Scorpio is considered the 8th house from the Kalapurusha. Scorpio is a fixed watery sign. Therefore, the nativity's thought process will be very rigid. In Vishaka Nakshatra, it will become more rigid. Okay, that is all the thought process is in when you read some old books on astrology, especially if you read sutras in astrology, and then you will get a little confused. Please don't. Vishaka Nakshatra does not mean a negativity per se. It just means that the nativities will have an ability to grasp or understand anything they can understand quickly. Okay, that is why we say Scorpio, Moon in Scorpio is a weak moon, but our Modi ji also has Moon in Scorpio. So has he become weak? He has become extraordinarily strong, because it is gives you in the yogas we will learn the reason why we say Moon doesn't ever become Neecha. Okay, we will learn that when we do the yogas. Now, Anuradha, when Moon is in Anuradha, the link is between Saturn and Moon and Mars. Saturn is the Karaka for karma. Moon is placed in the nakshatra of karma, associated with Mars, the Karaka for energy. Therefore, we can say the Moon in an Anuradha Nakshatra will strive a lot, will have lot of energies, or will give lot of inputs to the native when the nakshatra is in Anuradha. But since it is a Saturnian nakshatra, Anuradha is considered a Maha Nakshatra. Anuradha is considered a Maha Nakshatra. Since it is a Saturnian Nakshatra, the Moon placed in Anuradha generally will see a delay, not because it is an Nakshatra, Anuradha, not because it is a Saturnian Nakshatra, but it sits in the 8th house of the Kalapurusha. When any planet, when it is not today, tomorrow, you can always put it at the back of my mind. Any planet which is posted in Scorpio, any bhava that Scorpio happens, there will be a small portion of negativity which the native will generally enjoy. Okay, this is what is called a kind of a thumb rule. It's a kind of a thumb rule, but they work extraordinarily hard. They work extraordinarily hard because the Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Mars gives the energy. Saturn is perseverance or slow, and the Mars-Saturn-Moon combination in Anuradha gives them perseverance and hard work. Now, Jyeshta in what is called in Scorpio compared to Ashlesha in Cancer. Jeshta in Scorpio, see, first and foremost, Jeshta is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is sitting in the house, the moon is sitting in the house of Mars, correct? So moon Mars are friendly. There is no problem with the moon Mars. But Nakshatra Lord Mercury and the Mars, who is the Rashi Lord, are inimical to each other. Therefore, we see that Mercury Jeshta is somehow loses its loses the native moon when Jeshta loses focus, could be a word to say, loses the ability to follow a direction, because Mercury per se is a eunuch, correct? Mercury is a eunuch. Mercury is Chanchala. And in Scorpio, which is the 8th house from the Kala Purusha, he somehow loses his way, or he does not know what to do in life. He or she, doesn't matter. Whereas an Ashlesha Mercury in Cancer, Cancer does not consider Mercury her enemy, and therefore moon is the lord of Cancer. So there is only two relationships happening in Cancer, that is moon Mercury, whereas in Jeshta it is Mars, moon and Mercury. So moon with Mars, no problem, they are friends. But Mars and Mercury are enemies. Therefore, you remember our enemies and friendship which I gave you. You have to use the same thought process. You have to use the same thought process.
Ma'am, in that you were telling they were like somewhat neutral to each other, Mars and Mercury.
Only for
Mars,
Dasa.
Mercury is always considered a big fat enemy.
Okay.
Because see, Mars is what we call it a commander-in-chief, correct? Agreed?
Yes,
Mercury is a prince, agreed?
Yes, yes.
Now, because there is a prince, the commander-in-chief, if the king dies, supposing we take it in an actual thought process, if the king dies, who becomes the second king? If queen dies, Prince Charles is going to become the second king, correct?
Yes.
Right. Now, if in the hierarchy of the planets, assuming the sun is not there, which is not possible, it's just a theoretical thought process. If the sun is not there, the next person to get the position of the king is Mercury. But if Mercury prince was not there, who would have got it? The commander-in-chief. If you remember the Mughal history, if you remember the Karnataka history, or even the Vijayanagara history, you will see that the commander-in-chiefs have conquered, when the king died, it is the commander-in-chiefs who became the kings and not the princesses. Okay? Right? In all Mughal history, you take the Mughal history, you take Vijayanagara history, you take this Shivaji's history, you will see that the commander-in-chief becomes the king and the prince are thrown in the dungeons. Okay. Similarly, this is the same thought process. What I am trying to tell you is take the same thought process. Moon with Mars, no problem. Moon with Mars is no problem. Mercury with Mars, a big problem. Therefore, they lose out. Okay. Therefore, they lose out and they don't seem to find a goal orientation. Now, coming to Sagittarius. First and foremost, Sagittarius is the 9th house from the Kala Purusha. Correct? You all agree with that? It is in the 9th house from the main Kala Purusha. Probably if I make it little small, you will see the entire screen. But can you see the nakshatras, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the first house. Okay. 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is the 9th house. The 9th house, if you go back to my notes, I have written the house of Dharma. It is the house of Dharma. It is the house of society. It is the house of our father. It is our parental father's house. Okay. In the big sense, it is our dharma house. In a smaller sense, it is our society house. In a little smaller sense, it is our kingdom. In a little smaller sense, it is our house. Our house, my father's house. My father's house. So, in this house, all the nakshatras are completely under the hand of the father. Okay? Now, let us look at each of them. Mula. Mula means root, correct? Ashwini means this the medicine to diseases. Okay? Maka means an airiness to life. And Mula means rooted. Okay? The Mula in the ninth is sitting in the ninth from the Kala Purusha. Is Ketu is the lord of the moon, and Ketu is related over here because the moon is sitting in Mula Nakshatra. So the moon and Ketu are related here along with Jupiter. Along with Jupiter. Therefore, Jupiter, Ketu, moon combination is the Mula. So they say Mula first pada, there will be sickness to the native. Mula second pada, the family will be wiped out. Mula third pada, the what is called the father will have lots of problems. Mula fourth pada, the girls, if it is a girl, the house she goes to will be very prosperous. But it is not only with the nakshatra. This all has to be supported with other planets' influence. Chandra sitting in Mula alone cannot destroy, cannot make, cannot build. Okay? Please remember that. Moon is one planet. I am having 9 planets. The 9 planets will have to influence us. But it is seen, if you read some, especially B.V. Raman, if you read, who is this guy, Kedar, and all those people have given negativities for Vishaka, for Mula, for Ashlesha, which according to me doesn't, I mean, logically, you think logically, the whole house will fight only when all of us are in a bad frame of mind, correct? If one person is in a bad frame of mind and the rest of the people are in a good frame of mind, are we going to fight? We will say, let that lady just keep quiet, she'll keep quiet on her own, or let that boy keep quiet on her own. We will not interfere. Similarly, a single planet, moon, cannot give such negativities to the native unless the other planetary influences are there. Okay? That this is a thought process which I am putting across. Mula is a Ketu, Moon, Jupiter combination. Such natives are extraordinarily intelligent because they will hold on. Ketu himself is considered a rope. Rahu, see, when you look at the dragon head, there is 2 rounds with one curve joining the 2 rounds. Okay. The dragon tail is like the bottom of a snake. So a bottom of a snake is Ketu. The Ketu has the ability to tie round. Ability to tie. And Mula is the root. So the Ketu, the root, the moon and Jupiter influences the native to be steadfast or to be brilliant or to be highly intelligent. Okay, that is a thought process of Mula. Now, Purvashada Nakshatra falls in Venus. Full 4 padas of Purvashada is in Sagittarius, but it is not considered the Mahanakshatra. It is not considered the Mahanakshatra, even though the entire 4 padas are sitting in Purvashada, in Venus. Therefore, here the relationship is Moon, Venus, and Jupiter. Moon, Venus, Jupiter. There is a frivolousness in the native. There is a frivolousness in the native because Venus and Moon. See, Moon is a queen. Okay, Moon is a queen. Venus is a cultural minister. At your level, we will talk about Venus being the cultural minister. Jupiter being the chief minister. So the chief minister, the Moon wants to listen to the chief minister, yet she goes a little towards the cultural minister. Why does she go towards a cultural minister? Because cultural minister will come up with some beautiful, makeup sets or hairstyles or flowers or something like that. So here there is always a kind of a confusion in the Moon sitting in Purva Shada. Okay. And Jupiter and Venus are not friends. Now, Uttarashadha. Uttarashadha is associated with Sun. Now, here, all three of them are great friends. Uttarashadha is ruled by Sun, therefore it is a great friend of Jupiter. Moon is sitting in Uttarashadha, therefore Moon, Sun, Jupiter, they are great friends. Therefore, such natives make brilliant administrators. Uttarashadha natives make brilliant administrations because they have the mind, they have the soul and the chief minister to drive them to become good administrators. Okay, right? Am I going too fast? You can on your, it's understandable.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Now let us look at Dhanishta. Dhanishta, Shravana, Uttarashadha, Shravana and Dhanishta. Okay. Oh, my time is running out. Anyway, I have 10 minutes. Uttarashadha, Dhanishta and Shravana. Okay. Uttarashadha in Skop, in Makara. Now, Makara is ruled by Saturn. Okay. Here, Uttarashadha, three padas, which is with the sun, ruled by the sun. So here the moon is in the nakshatra of the sun, who is an enemy to Saturn. Correct? Moon is in the nakshatra of the sun, who is an enemy to Saturn. Again, the Uttarashadha, which did superb in first pada Uttarashadha, you'll say, wow, great personality, great strength, great powers, great administrative skills. But the same Uttarashadha in Makara loses its power, because sun is inimical to Saturn. Therefore, Saturn doesn't want to listen to the sun. The sun, Saturn are father and son. Okay. Even though Saturn is considered to be servant in the hierarchy of the planetary system, Saturn is considered putra of the sun. That you all know. Shani is the putra of the sun. Correct. Shani is the putra of the first wife. And Chaya's children were more. What is this? Who is Shani? Who is Surya's
Shani is
first
And Chaya Putra is Shani. Sandhya is the wife.
Correct. Chaya's putra. Yeah, you can tell him Shobha. Chaya's putra is Shani, and what? I forgot.
First wife is Sandhya.
Sandhya and Chaya. I always get confused with them. The two. This is the second wife. Chaya is the second wife. Second wife, son, Shani, is Surya's son. Okay? Agreed? But here, the sun is not very proud of Saturn. The sun is not very proud of Saturn because of Chaya or because of Sandhya, whatever reasons it may be. But Shani is the one who has the astra to kill. Correct. Right. So, I mean, that is mythology we are talking about. This.
Yeah, by the way, hello, excuse me.
Yeah.
Which are the other children of Surya from the first wife?
I don't know, to be honest. If anybody knows, you can tell.
It's Yamuna and Yama.
Yama.
Yama is
Yamuna
Shani.
and
Yama
Kumar.
is Shani.
Oh,
So,
Yama is-
but I don't know exactly what in serial they were showing. Like Yama is the elder son, then Yamuna, then Shani.
Shani.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. It's
From
okay.
Okay,
serial
fine.
Karmaphaldatta
If
Shani.
मेरे को याद नहीं है, I don't know. I always considered Shani as a son of sun. Okay, and he was badly treated, and he was badly treated by the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Therefore, there is an enmity. Therefore, we say that Uttarashada loses the power of the sun and gets the power of Saturn. That is, the moon gets the power of Saturn than getting the power of sun. So the moon, who is in Uttarashada, it becomes what you call it lazy, manda buddhi. The minute the moon is in Uttarashada, what you call it, Makara, we'll say manda buddhi. Okay, we turn around and say manda buddhi, right? So that is the reasoning for why we say manda buddhi. Okay, now looking at Shravana. Here there is no complications in Shravana because moon and Saturn, only two people. Okay, therefore here what happens, moon nakshatra, moon is sitting in her own nakshatra in Shravana. Here the person becomes vigilant. Here the person becomes vigilant or hardworking because the mind is hardworking, because the mind is influenced by Saturn, or the Manasu is influenced by Saturn. He may also be a shabby person. I'm not saying he will not be a shabby person because that is the natural quality of Shani, but he will be a hardworking person in Shravana Nakshatra. Shravana Nakshatra helid takshana, you should be, there is a kind of a smile in most of the astrologers' face when we see a Shravana Nakshatra, because Shravana is the hardworking Saturn, is a hardworking Saturn. All right. Now Dhanishta. All right. Now here at Dhanishta Nakshatra, Mars gets exalted. Okay, at 27 degrees, 26 degrees, or 23 degrees 40 minutes to 30 degrees is the Dhanishta Nakshatra. So Mars is getting exalted in 27th degree in Makara or Capricorn. So here what happens, Mars-Saturn combination comes into picture. The Mars-Saturn combination is not a positive combination for the moon to be, because there will be the Mars thinks Shani is the labor or the servant and I am the commander-in-chief. The moon thinks that she is a queen. Mars Saturn combination, Dhanishta Nakshatra, the natives become a little rude, rough, tough people. Okay, they jump at the top of their hat for no rhyme or reason. So we'll turn around and say, are you Dhanishta Nakshatra? Okay, the Dhanishta Nakshatra has that kind of a positive negativity, both Dhanishta Makara and Dhanishta Kumbha. Okay, both of them have the same negativity when you look at Dhanishta. Now, is the time up? 3 minutes more. Let me finish Satabhisha. Okay, Satabhisha Nakshatra. Satabhisha Nakshatra is Rahu Nakshatra. Rahu versus Shani. Rahu is equivalent to Shani. Rahu versus Shani. Therefore, here the moon in Rahu Nakshatra gives, it's considered to be materialistically best nakshatra to have, because the nativity will strive towards materialism, or the mind is on materialism. Okay, shall I take this deal? How much money will I get in this deal? How much money will I get in that kind of a deal? So Shravana, Satabhisha Nakshatra is a Rahu Nakshatra. Rahu is equivalent to Shani, therefore it is a positive nakshatra and not a negative nakshatra. Now, Uttarabhadra nakshatra, I have how many minutes? 2 minutes. Uttarabhadra nakshatra is a Jupiterian nakshatra. Uttarabhadra nakshatra in Kumbha is considered a good nakshatra because the Kumbha is the 11th house of Labha from the Kalapurusha. So since it is the 11th house of Labha in Kalapurusha and moon is associated with Jupiter in a positive Saturnian house, because Kumbha is the Mula Trikona Sthana of Saturn, therefore Purva Bhadra Nakshatra is considered a positive nakshatra. So the positive nakshatra in a sense that the nativity's thought process are aligned. See, whenever we talk of a positive nakshatra, that means to say the native's mind, because moon is aligned. Okay. Now Purva Bhadra nakshatra, one pada is in Pisces. One pada of Purva Bhadra is in Pisces. Now Jupiter associated with Jupiter and moon. So moon Jupiter, calm nakshatra, calm personality, will take things easy, will not jump into any kind of a thought process. Uttarabhadra nakshatra, now this is a Saturn nakshatra, correct? Uttarabhadra is Saturn nakshatra. Saturn nakshatra in Jupiter's sign is a placid nakshatra or is a calm nakshatra and will not create much ruffles, because this Rashi is a Pisces Rashi. Pisces is a soft Rashi. Pisces is a calm Rashi. So the nakshatras in Pisces do not have too much of anger in them, and none of the Rashi lords of the nakshatras are angry lords of the nakshatras. We have Jupiter, Saturn and Mercury over here. So Mercury, Jupiter, extraordinarily intelligent is Revati nakshatra. An extraordinary intelligence compared to the Rohini, I mean, compared to Revati in, I mean, Mercury nakshatra in